sort of nobody's made a kind of fuss of it. I saw you put up a post today. So what's this testosterone business about?
Joshua's got to learn something strong in boxing. Joshua's got to learn something strong in boxing. Everyone knows, but people will say, "Oh, can he beat this?" And he doesn't feel drug testing, bro. Because he goes off to Dubai and country like that and just do his Lawrence Armstrong.
He got stopped. I think in the corner he was saying that he just doesn't feel right, or why does he feel like
coach, why does it feel like this? Because you're in America and Nevada testing, you're not in the juice, that's why. It's harder to get therapeutic use exemption there than it is in the UK. That's right. But listen.
Like you said, AJ kind of he didn't look his usual self. He was like, his hands were down. He was getting caught wildly with the left. He was getting caught wildly with the left hook constantly.
Yo, my dance, make sure you hit that like button, comment, subscribe, and obviously hit the bell for notifications. Wow. Wow. I'm in shock, man. I don't want to go too far in on Dillian Juicy Whyte, because trust me, in fact, let me reserve comment on this particular video, because I was literally just finishing off my videos for today, and then this news article literally came through 22 minutes ago. So it's red hot off the press. YB coming in red hot. And the reason I say I'm going to remain reserved is because there are some weird pieces of information going around. So as you can see on your screen, Dillian Whyte tests positive for banned substance. Now, as I was saying, normally I'd be going red hot in, especially given how smoky Dillian Whyte has been. Dillian Whyte's been there, cracking all the jokes, like you've seen at the start of this video, cracking jokes. Oh yeah, Joshua lost against Rivas because he's juiced out of his mind. He couldn't get juice in the USA. All his business. Oh yeah, Joshua's got TUEs. And I've been saying for the longest, Dillian Whyte, if you make accusations, you need to bring some evidence in, especially when you and Pig Baby Miller have actually failed for drugs before. Where's your evidence? You two have popped facts. Before you criticise AJ again, make sure don't be throwing stones when you live in a very thin and nano-plated glass house. But as I was saying, tutus, the reason I'm not going to go in now, because trust me, there will be hella smoke for this dude if it's true. But as I was saying, the reason I'm not going to go in now is because it says here that UCAD alerted Dillian Whyte that he'd failed the test before this Rivas fight. However, they let him go ahead with it. So that to me tells me potentially this can't be a big thing. As an example, there's no way the UCAD or BBOC would allow a boxer, or I'd hope not, would allow a boxer who's failed for testosterone, for example, to get in the ring. That just can't happen. Because if you get in the ring, damn near looking like Superman, and you kill someone, them officials who allowed that to happen, who allowed the fight to go ahead, should be in jail, in my opinion. And I don't think that I don't know, we'll have to see how it plays out. But as I say, I'm not confident enough right now to go in roasting Dillian Whyte until I know the backstory, what's going on here. It seems odd. And from this particular point of view, the fact the fight went ahead tells me it's probably one of these peripheral substances which probably shouldn't be banned. One of them stupid ass things that no one's really caring about. Because put it this way, what's his name? Billy Ho Saunders got popped for one in the US and wasn't allowed to fight, but he was allowed to fight in the UK. My point is, as long as one place allowed you to fight, it can't be that bad. Does that make sense? There's stuff that's universally banned, like testosterone. That can't, in my opinion, I'm not sure what the substance is. I'm not even sure why they've written these articles without the substance. Probably, most likely, they don't know themselves. But if this is the case, he has failed. Well, clearly, that's what I'm confused about. I was about to say, if it is the case he's failed, it's shocking. Very sloppy from Dillian Whyte again. All these guys have got all the advice. Oh yeah, AJ's popped and AJ's juicy and AJ's got TUEs. They've got all this stuff to say. all this proofless stuff to say about AJ. Dylan, if you spent more time looking after your own house, worrying about what you're doing, getting your substances, getting your supplements tested, maybe you wouldn't have popped twice. Because one thing we do know is AJ's never had, rightly or wrongly, small or big, AJ's never had a test positive come up in my news feed. Maybe he will in the future. All I'm saying is, at the moment, it's 2-0 to Dillian Whyte in the juicing category. But yeah, he's got all the stuff to say. As I keep saying, Dillian Whyte, save all the energy you seem to find to be hating on clean Joshua. Save it and put it in to testing the stuff you're ingesting. That's what you need to be doing, if we're honest with ourselves. Because at the moment, your team's slacking. Your team's slacking and you're slacking. I don't hold any mercy for Dillian Whyte whatsoever. No mercy at all. This guy is taking what we call the Michael. You can't, at this level, you can't afford to be popping. You really can't. And I said it to Jarrell Pig, Baby Miller as well. You need to be checking what you are ingesting. You need to get it all. It costs money. This is the problem with people like Dillian Whyte and that. Right, and Pig Baby Miller. They're tight. Rather than saying, you know what, it's going to cost me 10 grand, but I'm making 150 grand or 300 grand, or even Dillian Whyte's making millions now. He should be at the point where he can say, you know what, let me get some testing for all my supplements for this camp. You send all your supplements in, and before you ingest any of them, you get them back to say whether they're clean or not. But instead, you got these dudes in their ghetto mentality. They say, nah, I'm just going to take it and then hope for the best. And that's why you come up missing, come up hoping. Whereas AJ gets all of his stuff tested, I assume, and that's why there's no mistakes. You've got to invest in yourself. Because now, it's all well and good thinking you're going to save, you might be able to save 10 grand every camp, but guess what? You pop dirty, you're out for 2 years. And look at Dillian Whyte, he's making 2 million a pop now. What's that? 2 years off, 2 fights a year, that's $8 million. So for saving 50 grand over a few fights, you've now lost potentially $8 million. Is it smart? No. Invest in yourself. Simple. I just hope it's not nothing dirty, because guess what? That WBC, look at Ortiz. Ortiz was WBA mandatory and he popped, and that mandatory was stripped. And rightly so, to be fair. I'm not going to defend Dillian Whyte. If he loses mandatory for being sloppy, he's got no one to look at but himself. But then again, it does ask the question, is this sabotage by Wilder? I wouldn't put it past him. I really wouldn't. I really would not put it past Wilder. He's been acting a little quiet. I remember when Dillian Whyte beat Rivas, you didn't hear a peep out of Wilder. I bet he was crapping his jocks. Sent him a PVC plant to quickly put some ish in Dillian Whyte's water, so he comes up dirty, so we don't have to fight him. Listen, we know how desperate Wilder is. Let's not forget, before the AJ fight versus Ruiz, Wilder was the same Don, ringing up, oh, yeah man, cock-a-doodle-doo, I got fights with Ortiz, I can't meet with Joshua, I got a fight with Ortiz and Tyson Fury. He was out here making up fights and whatnot. I wouldn't put anything past that man, but nah, on a more serious note, let's just see how it plays out. As I keep saying, I'm not gonna fully roast because I don't feel comfortable enough. I want to know actually what's gone on. I want to know what it is, and the fact that they haven't banned him, the fact they didn't cancel the fight, it just seems fishy.com. It's funny that they all say AJ's the one that's getting underhand and under the table stuff. Dillian Whyte, it looks like you've got a bit of under the table stuff now, doesn't it? You've popped, but yet you're fighting. And I'm not being funny. Let's see what Rivas says about this, because he ain't going to be happy. Would you be happy? If you get beat by your opponent, that fight could be overturned. And therefore, either a rematch or who knows what happens. I'm not sure. Either way, it's not a good look for Dillian Whyte. It's really not. I'm not impressed at all, if the truth be known. It says here, they're going to test the B sample, which can be done in 24 to 48 hours. See, that doesn't make sense to me either. It says here, they can test a B sample, which take 24 to 48 hours, but it says at the start of this article that he was notified before the Rivas fight. So if your sample A comes up dirty before the Rivas fight, which was on the 21st, let's say at worst case and it was the 20th. he got notified, or even the 19th. Let's say he was. Wait there. It says here actually. It tells us the date. What the fuck? Wait there. The positive test result is believed to have come back on July 17th. Are you joking? So wait there. He got the negative test on July 17th, which is literally half a week. That's on the Wednesday on the week of the fight, so that gives him 4 days. So he gets a positive test on the 17th of July, and they're talking about a B sample taking 24 to 48 hours. Well, shouldn't that have been done already? In theory, on the 17th of July, a B sample would be done by the 20th at the latest, which is before the fight. So what's going on? How is it now the 25th? So it's been a week now since the A sample came up dirty, and they're still talking about, oh, a B sample will take 24 to 48 hours. How has it not already been done? Not good, not a good look from any party here, if I'm honest. Not good at all. That B sample could have been taken before the fight, and we could have known definitively before. It seems to me like potentially money's been talking here a bit. Potentially they didn't want to do the B sample because they didn't want to mess the money up. Who knows? But this does look a little bit like a bit of a conspiracy going on, if I'm honest with you, if you actually look at the dates and whatnot. So it's interesting what Dillian Whyte's going to have to say. And like I keep talking about, I wouldn't have minded, but this guy's been very vocal on how dirty and how conniving and all the TUEs from UCAD and all the underground stuff that AJ's allegedly been getting. And now my man's the one who's coming up fishy.com. Not a good look. Disappointed in Dillian Whyte either way. I'm disappointed in UCAD, and I'm also disappointed in the BBBOC. Let's see how it plays out anyway. Yeah, I'm quite disappointed, if I'm honest. I'll be really frustrated. I'm in two minds. If his substance is bad, then yeah, he should hang either way. But if it's not bad, I don't know. Either way, I'm going to be irritated. If Dillian Whyte misses his shot against Wilder, it's going to irritate me because I want to see him fight Wilder. However, obviously, if the substance is bad and he's intentionally or anyway he got on his body, either way, I'm not impressed with Dillian Whyte. At this level, you have to be sharper. You have to be on it. Very disappointed, letting the fans down. If this causes him to lose the Deontay Wilder fight, I'm going to be very angry. I couldn't care less about him losing it for himself, but for me, as a fan, losing out, I'll be very disappointed. But let's see how it plays out. Not impressed. Especially as well, I feel like these last few weeks or so, I've been really building some momentum for Dillian Whyte in terms of support. Not that my support makes a scrap of difference to him, but I think me, as well as probably quite a few fans, we've been rallying behind Dillian Whyte to get his WBC shot, to get in there, get deep in the arse of Deontay Wilder, get deep in that sweet arse, and this is what we get. We get sloppiness. Whether or not he did or didn't know about the actual ingestion, if he knew about it, he's a dirty, cheating rat. If he didn't, it's sloppiness. I wouldn't mind, when he first popped back in 2013 or whenever it was, he was broke. It's excusable. Now you're making millions per fight. Invest in yourself. Make sure you're squeaky clean. Especially when you're giving advice and speculating and bringing out all these great ideas about other people. It's an embarrassment. And I keep saying, I know how it happens. These guys are tight. They're roadman. Certified tight roadman who don't want to spend 10 grand to get their stuff tested. They think, oh, don't worry about it. Yeah, it will be fine. I'll save 10 grand. Now, if you get popped for 2 years, you're going to lose $10 million. Well done. Not impressed at all. Really not. Angry, in fact.